An arrow function lets us write shorter code, but they can also seem a lot more complex. They're actually quite easy though, but if you're just looking at code and you've never really seen an arrow function, they seem super scary. They don't have to be though. And so we could write const hello is equal to a function, return hello Caleb, and then we could execute hello. So const greeting is equal to hello console.log greeting. And what we're going to see here, hello Caleb. That's a standard function. Actually, this is an anonymous function. We've assigned it to const hello. We can also do function hello, execute this function and store it in a different variable. Two ways of doing the exact same thing. When I refresh, it says the exact same thing. And so this is a typical function. So another way of writing this could be const hello is equal to brackets, arrow, and that. And so essentially what we've done here is function hello is equal to something like that. This is the old way of doing it. The new way of doing it is const hello, brackets, arrow, console.log. Hello. And we could type hello and execute it, and it's going to say, and it's going to say, hello. Okay, that's one way of writing it. There's another way of writing it. We can actually make this a lot shorter. And in fact, we could simply do const hello is equal to opening and closing curly brace, not curly braces, but parentheses, an arrow. And then in a normal function, we use the return keyword. We use the return of the king keyword. And we don't need to do that. If this is going to be on a single line, we can just say this is going to execute some sort of function. And so this could say return hello from one line function. Let's go ahead and execute hello. And that's not going to do anything because I needed to console log it, but let's shortcut that and let's just run hello. And it returns. And so all this is doing some sort of logic. In this case, we're just returning a string and storing it in const hello. Then we can run it as if it were a function. Now let's look at some of the syntax here because I went kind of fast. So let's do const my new greeting is equal to, let's take a parameter, name, arrow, and then I can do console.log, and we can use a template literal in here, and we can say welcome name. And remember, template literals need those backticks, otherwise your variables aren't going to work. And so now I can use my new greeting, codingforeverybody.com. Welcome, codingforeverybody.com. Or welcome, Caleb. And all this is doing is saying, hey, if there were no parameters, you don't need to add any parameters in there whatsoever. But if you do have a parameter, throw it inside of those, not curly braces, but your parentheses. If you have a second parameter, it's just comma, second parameter. And so on and so on and so on. And you can work with those in here. Now, in our example here, we really only have one line of code. What do we want it to do? Let's go ahead and get rid of these curly braces because it's only executing that one line of code. Make that just a touch smaller here. And so my new greeting is equal to, it's going to take some sort of name, and it's not going to return anything per se, but it is in fact going to console log welcome my name. And so this is going to work the exact same way. So if I go here, clear that and refresh, it says welcome Caleb. Every time I refresh, it says welcome Caleb. And just to really make sure that this is working and it's not cached, Caleb 123 123 123 123 321. And so that's working as expected. So as a quick comparison, you're going to see function, my function name, maybe it takes a parameter, does a thing in here. You can also do const anonymous function is equal to a function. Do a thing in here. This can also take a name. And this is pretty common. You'll see this a lot in modern JavaScript as well. We also have arrow functions. So you could say const arrow func1 is equal to, takes no parameters, do a thing, So if you've got multiple lines, you can do multiple lines in here. So multiple lines. This will also be able to take a parameter or more. These can all take more than one parameter. Or if it's only doing one line of code, you can do const arrow func2 is equal to, if you have no parameters, no parameters. If you have a parameter, you could throw it between those parentheses, arrow, and then whatever you're going to return or whatever you want to do in one line. So these are the two older ways of doing it, and there's a reason we do it this way still. And these are the two newer ways. And so the idea here is that when you use the word function, the this keyword exists. So like we saw in the last lesson where we did this.name, that exists. Now it also exists inside of an arrow function. The difference is when you use the keyword this, and I'm saying THIS, is this in this circumstance and this circumstance here, these two, it's referring to this as an entire object. So it thinks that's an object, it thinks that's an object. The this keyword, it still exists here, but it's not referring to this object. It's referring to the outer object. So maybe it's wrapped in a function. Maybe it's wrapped in an object. Maybe it isn't wrapped in anything and it's referring to the entire window itself, the whole global scope of your JavaScript ecosystem. And so one is localized, so this is smaller, and this one is using everything globally, everything it can get its hands on. That is the main difference. Now, if you're not using the this keyword inside of your function, I would highly recommend just using an arrow function. It's more performant. Your JavaScript doesn't need to think about as much. You can write bigger applications that aren't going to crash or slow down your browser better. It's also more modern, and employers are going to like to see that you can actually write this kind of code. Now, what I want you to do, and should take a few minutes, should probably take 10, 15 minutes. I want you to write the 4 different types of functions here. A normal function, an anonymous function, an arrow function with multiple lines, and an arrow function with just one line of code. And then I want you to execute each of them. Make sure that they work. This is really, really important. This is vital to being able to get a job as a modern JavaScript developer. Go ahead and give that a shot. Don't forget, if you have questions about this, come join the Learning to Code Facebook group and ask questions in there. I am happy to help. We have tons of people who are willing to help, and tons, thousands of people, over 60,000 people who know how to code. And I'm sure there are thousands of them that know JavaScript that might be able to answer your question faster than I could possibly answer your question. So don't forget, there is a free support group out there. Otherwise, good luck, and I'll see you in the next video when you're nice and ready.